They say, time and tide wait for none. You cannot stop time, you cannot collect it. So this man from Quetta in Pakistan is doing the next best thing. He is collecting clocks, metallic, wooden, standing, hanging. This collection has hundreds of clocks ticking away in his museum. Let's go across and borrow some of his precious time.
Imagine 100 clocks in one room, all ticking over at the same time. It would sound something like this. Sounds overwhelming, doesn't it? But for Gul Kakar, it's like a language. They tell me their problems, he says.
Whether it be a grandfather pocket clock or a table clock, I know their language. I give it half an hour or an hour and they tell me their problems and I understand.
Kakar's collection is housed inside the police headquarters in Quetta, Pakistan. He's got everything. Delicate wristwatches, weighty pocket pieces, battered table models, and of course, the big old grandfather clocks. You cannot miss them, even amidst so many antique pieces. They're distinct pendulums or the metallic bong that goes off every hour. Some of these clocks date back to 1850, so yes, they are quite expensive. Hence the heavy gates and high concrete blast walls. In Quetta, there is no such thing as too much security. Kakar's obsession with clocks began decades ago. 2 family clocks fell out of order and needed repairs. Kakar's interest was piqued. He thought, maybe I should get more clocks. And that's exactly what he did. For 18 years, Kakar has hunted antique clocks, sometimes on the internet, sometimes by persuading his friends to get them from overseas.
These clocks remain in use by people, but when the owners die, their family members sell them for not very much money. Still, it's very difficult to afford these clocks, but I can do easily within 6 or 7 months.
Today, he's lost count of how many he owns, but he is sure of one thing. He would give all of this up for one elusive clock. This one, that hangs at a deputy commissioner's office in Sindh.
It's a rare grandfather clock placed in the office of the Deputy Commissioner in Jacobabad in the Sindh province. This is government property, and I don't think there's another piece like it in the entire world.
What's so special about this clock? Well, get ready to be impressed. It is said to be the oldest clock in Pakistan. Handmade in 1847 by a British colonial administrator. Its pendulum is sunk 32 feet deep in a well. No wonder Kakar is so keen on it.
The person who made it might have done only one piece. It has been placed in Jacobabad's office. It's a grandfather type clock whose pendulum hangs very well. For that clock, I would give away my whole museum.
Taking care of these many clocks is not easy. Kakar puts most of his savings into the upkeep. As long as he's alive, these clocks will keep ticking. But what after that? Nobody knows. Kakar's family does not share his passion for clocks. So he's hoping the government could step in.
It would be good if the government takes over this museum. I could give all these things to it. But would the government name the museum after me?
Without a private investor or government help, these clocks will soon fade away, much like the time they meticulously show. South Asia Bureau, WION, World is One.